Hi everybody and welcome back to some more MXGP Pro here on this channel. I'm KPG-GOONER here. Welcome to part number 1 of my career. Now in today's episode I'm going to be doing my first race and I've decided to do the standard career, guys, and the reason for that is the extreme career is a full weekend and realistic distance. Now to do the 2 races and the qualifying on the extreme career it would take over an hour an episode, and I didn't want to make the episodes that long, so we're going to go with the standard career, but we're going to put it on the same level, everything else. It's just the distance that we're changing, so don't worry about that, guys. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that voted. Now loads of you voted to what bike to use at the start of the career, and most of you voted for the Kawasaki, so that is the bike that we're going to start this career with, but we will change it as we go through and I will give you chance to get your votes in. So we're going to start off with the Kawasaki. I don't think you start off with any credits, so we're not going to be able to do too much upgrading on it. So let's select a sponsor first up. So these are the sponsors that are going to cost you which you have to build up your fame, so we're not going to be able to unlock them just yet. So let's have a look at the ones that are available. Yeah, let's go with that one. I'm not too fussed about that at the start. Right, let's see what we can customize right at the beginning, because I've heard that you do have to build up your credits to open some of the decent stuff, but it looks like there is decent stuff available that we can select. So we're going to just quickly run through these and just select a little bit of upgrading, but I will do some episodes where I will ask you for some tips and to what exhaust we use, tyres, etc., because I've done that in previous careers and I really like everyone to get involved. So let's just use that. So we'll go for these sort of green and blue colours, as that's the sponsor that we've got, and yes, I do like the handguards. Let's go with the green one. That looks rather good. Right, exhaust, which ones have we got? Oh, so we've only got a couple to go with. Let's go with this one. That's not too bad, and oh, that boosts the speed and acceleration up pretty decently already, so that's going to be good. Right, tyres, oh, there isn't many unlocked. I don't suppose it matters. I'm not really sure about these makes, but hopefully they will be okay. Right, rims, they're important. Let's go with the blue ones. I do. Suspension. Let's go with MX Tech. These are companies that I haven't heard of. I normally try to stick to the ones I know. Right, brake discs. Oh, I know these. That's the make of the brakes that I've got on my one of my old bikes. They're awesome. And let's go with green sprocket. So that is pretty much all the upgrading we can do on the bike. And I'm not sure whether we can change our actual wear. That might be something that we have to change. Right, let's quickly change the race options. We haven't done that yet. Right, guys, so like I said with the options, we're going to keep everything the same as the extreme career, bar the distance. So we're not going to go with the realistic distance. We're going to put it on the hardest difficulty, realistic, pro physics. We're going to turn off rewinds, but we're going to go with what distance? So you've got quick, short, medium and realistic. So we're probably going to go with, let's go with short, because that's 25 minutes qualifying and 2 races of 3 minutes plus 2 laps. I think that will be about right. That means each race will be about 10 minutes. So that'd be, you know, so 2 races plus qualifying, you're looking at 25 minutes an episode plus. So it's still going to be a decent long episode, guys. It's just that I just thought nearly 30 minutes a race on the realistic distance, you know, I wouldn't be able to do a whole episode. It just would have been too long. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to get straight into the first race. I'm going to show all my adjustments on the bikes as well. So let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, so here we go with our first experience on Pro Physics on the realistic level. This is going to be very interesting. Right, I think I will go with the normal camera view. Let's see if we can get a lap in and just get used to this circuit again. And oh my god, I've crashed already. Oh, it's a lot more sensitive. You've got a lot more control over the bike, obviously moving the weight from front to back. And yeah, this could be very tricky, but let's see if we can just get a few laps in. Oh, this is much harder. Oh my god, let's have a look at the bike settings before I set out. This could be very difficult. Right, let's go again. We've got to improve on 20th position, seriously, but we've still got about 14 minutes. I've never crashed so many times as I have at the start of this qualifying. I mean, a lot of the crashes are the same though. It seems to be landing and landing on jumps. I seem to crumple quite a lot. I don't know whether that's down to me making adjustments to the bike. I've slid out of quite a few times as well when I've turned into the corners and just tried to accelerate a little bit too hard. So this is going to be a much harder game to master, but we did cry out for this, guys. We did want something that was a little bit more realistic, and I think we're going to get that from this game. It's just going to take time. So let's see if we can at least get a decent lap in, and then I'm going to just jump into my first race. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to expect too much from today's 2 races. I would take a top 10 finish in both races, and that's probably not going to happen because I'm just not getting anywhere near any other rider on this session. Every time I come close to someone, they just leave me behind. So it's going to be a challenge, but that's what I wanted. So, and to be honest, this isn't one of my favourite circuits. I don't even like the Qatar circuit on MotoGP. I just don't like any circuits in this country. I don't know what it is, I just don't like it. So this is going to be very, very difficult, and let's see if we can not crash this time. We've crashed nearly every single lap we've put in, and see if we can do a little bit better. We've come off. No, don't. Oh god, we've mucked this lap up again. Ooh, we got away with that one, almost got counted out, and we've got someone just coming up behind us. Let's see if we can just finish this lap off without getting taken off. Right, last corner, and see if we can put a time in. Oh, 11th. Well, that shows improvement. We've just got to keep going and see if we can get faster. Oh, a little bit low around that corner. I got away with that, but we are improving. We're up to 10th now. If we can keep on going on this lap, we might be able to get a better position, but I think I'll start the race after this lap. I feel that we can at least compete at least for a top 10 position, but don't be fooled by what you're seeing, guys. This game is extremely difficult, especially with the pro physics, and it's going to be a very, very challenging career, and you're going to see me crash a hell of a lot. You're going to see a lot of frustration. I'm going to try and keep a lid on a lot of the bad language, because I think there's going to be a lot in this career walkthrough, especially in the commentary. So I'm going to apologise now because this game is tough. But there's one thing I will say, guys, that I have noticed. I do like the way that they've done when you've got riders right behind you, the way that they come into the picture, and they sort of like they don't just run you off as much. There has been a lot of contact that I've had in this session so far, and yeah, I think they've done a lot of work on battling with the AI and how they respond to contact. I mean, before it was slight contact on MXGP 3 and either you would come off or you take off an opponent. That's not the case on this one, so I think they've worked a lot on that, so you can battle away and you don't have to worry about taking other riders off or getting taken off really easily. Right, so we're coming to the remaining corners, and I'm not sure whether this time's going to be any quicker, but we're going to start the race. Right, so over the finish line, and you are kidding me, first! I'm gobsmacked. I think that might be the one. Well, that is a massive surprise. How the hell I managed to get the fastest time around that circuit, I've got no idea, but I'm going to take it. So we're going to go into the first race. Hopefully we can get a good start. I don't think I'm going to finish in first, although I did have the fastest time. I'm not going to be consistent enough. I crashed a hell of a lot in that qualifying session, but what I'm going to do before the race, I am going to show you the adjustments I did make, because I did make a few early on, but I definitely think we need to upgrade a few things on this bike. So let's get straight to that now, guys. So here we go. Right, guys, like I promised, before I jump into the race, I'm just going to go through all the different things you can adjust. So this is the suspension. I did make a few adjustments. I'm just going to run through this really quickly. You can change the gear ratio, and there is a lot more that you can adjust on this time round. You can adjust the brake response, which is another good thing. Accelerator mapping you can adjust. You can adjust the wheelbase, something that you haven't been able to do on previous MXGP games, and obviously that is where you can save them. So that's all the settings that I've adjusted, and let's get straight into the race. This is going to be amazing, so here we go.
The seconds board is shown, the track is clear. Who Who's made it through the battle for the first bend?
Right, so here we go with our first race on MXGP Pro. Let's see if we can start this career off really well and try and get a decent result. And let the clutch out. Oh, that wasn't a bad start. But can we get into that first corner and maybe take the whole shot in our first race? Oh, not bad. And we do. We take the whole shot. What a fantastic start. We just caught a bit of a jump there. And it's sent us off circuit. Don't come off the bike. Oh, someone's come off the bike. Just sort of thought a bike fly up in the air. But we have dropped a few places. A bit of a tricky start, and we have just managed to hold on to that position, and we're in 5th position. So that's not the worst start. Let's just try and stay on the bike at least for this first lap and try and battle as much as we can. We've managed to take that place back. Are we going to lose it? Just trying to hold it. Don't come off. Just keep it nice and steady. And we've just ruined that corner as well. Oh, we just keep overshotting the corners, and that is not helping. Right, let's just try and hold it and try and stay on the bike. It's really, really tough on the first lap. You really do have to battle hard, but I don't think we're going to be able to hold on to these positions for long. I think a lot of the riders have started off really, really well, and I don't think we're going to hit that qualifying pace. I really just can't see it. I think we might be able to do a couple of laps at that pace, but to be consistent, it's not going to happen. Right, so we're coming towards the end of the first lap. Let's see what position we're going to be in. I think we're going to end this lap in 5th, so that is not bad. I said I'd take a top 10 finish, so if we can stay in this position, I would be very, very happy. But we have got quite a way to go, so let's not get too excited. And we've gone off the circuit there, getting thrown all over the place. It's definitely a lot harder. I'll tell you what, guys, this is going to be a real challenge. Like I said in the qualifying, this is going to be the hardest MXGP game that I've ever played, and it's going to involve a lot of practice and a lot of times where I'm going to lose it completely. And we are really struggling here to hold on to this position. These two are really putting me under pressure. Let's try and take this position back. We go. Oh, that was close. I thought I'd lost the back end there. My controller was vibrating like anything. And like I've told you previously, guys, I'm using a custom controller. I'm using the Pro Revolution controller too, and I'll tell you what, so these Pro controllers are brilliant. So really do feel the sensitivity makes a hell of a lot of difference. The vibration, especially on the braking and the turning, feels a lot better on this controller. You definitely need to purchase one of these controllers. Plus you can map the buttons as well. Right, so let's try and hold on to that. Let's see if we can get our 5th position back. I think that is going to be the highest position we're probably going to finish in, because 4th position is just absolutely disappearing in the distance. Unless we can have a decent couple of laps. Let's see if we can just hold it. So it looks like, looking at the timing, that this race is going to be about 6 laps. So that is quite a decent couple of laps. There's going to be 2 races, so that's 12 laps around this circuit. So this episode is going to be quite long. Right, so we've managed to take 5th back, and we haven't crashed yet, so it's going okay, but definitely not running the pace that I... oh god, we slowed down a little bit too early for that corner, but we got away with it. Yeah, I'm not running at the pace that I would like. I'm not going to compete with the... I'm definitely not going to get a podium, but if we can finish 5th, that is a steady start. Don't forget 2 races, 2 lots of points, get that on the board, and then we can start spending hopefully some fame and credits, and we can start improving our bike, get a better, better sponsorship, and hopefully we can start going up the leaderboard. But there is quite a few races in this career, so there's plenty of time to get into the fight for the championship. But starting on the hardest level is going to be a real challenge. Right, so we're really battling for this position here, sitting in 5th place. I thought it would be okay, but it looks like I'm going to have to fight for this position quite badly, because Garcia is really giving me a lot of grief. I'm trying to hold him off, but he definitely is quicker in the corners. Don't go off. Ooh, almost jumped straight into a board there. That's not going to go down very well, but I'm just trying to keep the landings as smooth as possible, because that is where I was coming off, and this is the tricky jump that I was struggling on. I really have to back off the throttle here, because every time I try to go through there quick, I landed on that jump and I fell off. So We don't want to be doing that, so we don't lose it on that corner, and we go into the next lap. So the time is almost up, and we'll be able to see how many laps we've got left. So that's the time. It's almost went off circuit there. Lucky the board was there, managed just to get back on. So we've got 3 laps to go. So let's see if we can hold on to this 5th position. Very, very good. It actually sounds a hell of a lot better. I must admit they've improved the sound. That is one thing that I have noticed. Graphically, it looks a hell of a lot better. I haven't noticed too much blurring effects like you've had on MotoGP 18, which is terrible at the moment. They still haven't updated that, which I'm not very happy about. That's one of the reasons why I've slowed down the walkthrough, because there is so many issues with that game and I wasn't enjoying it. Right, let's see if we can just catch up. I think we might be able to get a podium places. These 2 riders in front of me are not far away, and we've still got quite a few laps to go, so we've still got time if we can just pick up a bit of pace. Ooh, lost it a bit on that corner. Ooh, that was lucky, and we just dropped a place. Just when I was thinking of latching on to 4th, I go and lose it, and I'm down to 6th. It's just like that, guys. On this level, I'm not going to be able to make many mistakes and get away with it. Right, let's see if we can get back past him, but he's holding a decent line in the inside, and we're back into 5th. Right, let's see if we can get into this corner. No, he's taking position back in the inside. Right, let's see if we can get back in the inside. Oh, it looks like we've got a real battle going on here. And coming to the final corner, and then we're going to have 2 laps to go. 2 laps to try and finish. And we still haven't crashed, as it's all going pretty decent for my first race. I am definitely feeling very positive about this. Right, I haven't seen many of the AI make mistakes. I don't expect they will on this level. So you can always keep your fingers crossed that a couple in front might fall off and we might be able to get on the podium. But let's see if we can just do it by running really. Oh no, I've done it! Oh, right into a post. There you go. And we've dropped down to 7th. I knew I was going to do it eventually because I did it in qualifying. And look at the distance they disappear as soon as you make a mistake. This game is going to be not very forgiving. Right, let's just see if we can just hold on to 7th then. That is not going to be easy. Right, let's see if we can just... And I can hear a couple of bikes coming up behind me. Oh no, please don't drop any more places. Let's see if we can get a little bit quicker in there. Oh no! Oh god, I've mucked that corner up as well. Oh, it's so easy to come off on Pro Physics, it really is. And we've dropped down to 9th, and we could lose another position. We've got a rider right behind us, and he's going to get back in the... Oh, he's going to come in the inside. No, we just managed to hold him off, and we're coming towards the final lap of the race, and we're sitting in 9th. Oh, this has all gone wrong. Let's see if we can catch up with these 2. Let's see if we can at least get our 7th position back. We're definitely not going to get back into 5th, but I would take 7th if we can get past these 2. Let's see if we can catch up. And we're on the final lap, guys. Can we do it? Can we take 2 places in this lap? Let's just try and stay on the bike, and let's see how we do towards the end. We seem to be a bit quicker at the end than we are on the first part of this circuit. Really struggle on that corner. But hopefully in the second race we will improve and finish in a higher position than we do in this one, because like I said, the points are added up from both races. So let's see if we can manage that. Get a decent position hopefully. Right, that's not too bad through that corner. Still sticking with these 2. But I said top 10, so 9th wouldn't be the end of the world, but the fact that we're in 5th for so long, it's a bit frustrating, but it's showing that this is going to be a much harder challenge. Right, that's not too bad over that jump. Almost caught the inside, but let's see if we can just catch just behind him. A little bit quicker through that corner, trying to hold the speed. And no, just couldn't get the drive out that turn, slowed down. Right, it's coming to the last few corners. We should be able to latch onto these two. Just get a little bit more through this turn. And that's not too bad. Accelerate. Oh, we're catching them. I think we might be able to take this position. 8th. So we're into 8th position. Oh, that was brilliant. Come to the last couple of corners. Can we take 7th? Oh, that would be an awesome finish if we could take it. Right over this jump. Don't ruin it. Don't come off. And to the last corner. We're going to be able to get 7th. No. Let's just keep on at 8th. Oh, 8th position. Oh, what a battle that was. That was not easy. But that is our first race, guys, and this level, and we finished how many seconds? 15 seconds behind the leader. That is a lot. Right, let's go straight into the second race and see if we can improve on that and get some more points on the board. So here we go.
All of the riders are mounted and ready to go. Who will be the first to cross the hole shot?
Right, so here we go with race 2. Let's see if we can finish better than 8th. And let's try not to muck up that corner this time and lose all those positions. Right, let's see if we drop the clutch at the right time. That wasn't too bad. I always count to about 7 or 8 seconds before I release the clutch. That's normally about right. That's not too bad. And let's see if we can hold it into this corner. And we're holding first position. Nope, that didn't last long. It's come back into the outside. Let's hold the inside. We just need to try and stay at the front as long as we can. And hopefully we can finish better than 8th. But knowing my luck, I will hold this position for a little while and then I will crash. Ooh, got it, just clipped the back of my bike there, but just managed to hold him off. And that wasn't the quickest round there. We've got rider either side. I'm getting sandwiched here on the outside again, just getting forced out. And we've dropped down to 3rd position, but can we get back in the inside? That was a bit risky there. And we're going to lose another couple of places, and we're down to 4th. We just don't seem to have the speed. I think our bike is just slightly underpowered compared to these other bikes, but that wasn't too bad through there. Back into 2nd, and we're trying to battle as hard as we can on this first lap. And if we can finish better than 8th, that would be an absolute bonus. Right, that wasn't too bad through there. That was lucky because we did come off on that jump a couple of times in qualifying. Right over the finish line. And that is the first lap out the way, and we're sitting in 2nd position behind Jonas. But how long can we stay behind him for? That is the thing. We finished about 15 seconds behind the leader in the last race, and that is quite a lot. So that shows how much they've improved the AI difficulty. So getting first in qualifying didn't mean a lot, really, to be honest, if you don't have the consistency. So that is what we've got to do in this career. We've got to build up a lot of consistency in the races and try and get rid of all the mistakes. And without rewinds, but I don't use rewinds anyway, but without any way of taking out those mistakes, we're just going to have to take the positions we finish in, and hopefully at the end of the championship we can win it. But like I said, it's not going to be easy. Right, oh god, lost that position, back down to 3rd. Can we fight back? We are battling away as much as we can, but look at the leader, he is just disappearing. We just don't have that pace. I think he's on a KTM, and they are pretty quick once fully upgraded. And we've just dropped another position. We just seem to lose the speed through the corners. Just don't feel confident enough to hold full throttle through the corners. I'm just backing off slightly because I did slide out quite a few times in the qualifying session. Went a little bit wider into that turn. Let's be careful through there, and just back off the throttle there and over the jump. And let's see if we can just get to the end of this lap, and we're still sitting in a podium position, so this is really going well at the moment. Much better position than we were in the first race. We just got to try not to make any mistakes. Let's see if we can just hold that. Not too bad. Right, let's see if we can take a little bit more pace through that turn and catch up a second. No, not as quick as second place through there, and we dropped off a little bit. We've just got to try and stick with him as long as we can. Right, let's try and hold speed through there. Oh, the back end kicked out and it threw me off circuit. Oh my God, we've lost it down to 7th just by one mistake. Oh God, almost came off again there. And we've got another rider that's trying to get past. Oh, this game is not very forgiving on this level. Let's see if we can just fight back and see if we can get back into at least top 5. And we're coming, so we've got about 4 laps to go. Oh, we've still got plenty of time. We've got time on our side. Just got to just pick up the pace and just try not to make those silly little errors. But I definitely think we need to look into adjusting the bike a little bit more. It just seems to understeer. Can't get the front of the bike in tight enough into some of these turns, and it's forcing me wider than I want to be. And that's where the other riders are getting a little bit quicker through the inside lines. So let's see if we can just get through this corner a little bit better. Oh, that was a little bit better, and we've managed to take that position back into 6th. If we can slatch onto the 2 in front, might be able to get back into a position that would be decent points. Well, that wasn't too bad through there. Right, coming to the finish line, and we've got about 3 laps to go. Right, it's all down to this now. Can we just battle? Well, that wasn't too bad into that corner. Back into 5th. Oh, this is a good recovery after that mistake. Let's just try not to do that again. Let's try to be a little bit better on that turn. We've got a little bit wider. No, we don't want to be doing that. Be careful. Right, this is the corner we crashed out on. Let's try and be a little bit better this time. Back off. A little bit tighter. Oh, that was much better this time. And at least we're learning from our mistakes. At least. Right, let's see if we can catch up with these 2 in front. Going into these remaining laps. It's not too bad around there. Definitely, you can't pull full throttle out of some of the corners. It really does dig into the ground and kicks out, so that is giving you a realistic feel of what would happen if you try and accelerate full pelt, pulling in the clutch out of a turn. You're going to have a bit of reaction if you get it wrong, and we've done it a couple of times, but I think we have improved from the first race. Even if we do finish in sort of 6th or 7th, I think it's still an improvement, because I think our lap times have definitely been quicker, so that is very positive. But let's see if we can just latch onto these 2. Still got a couple of laps to go. There's still time to gain a couple of positions. But let me know in the comments below what you think of your experience on this game if you bought it. I think it's much better than previous MXGP games. From what I've experienced so far, I'm enjoying the game, but it's definitely going to be a lot harder to win races on this level, but that's what I want. I didn't want it to be easy, and that's what we've got. We've got a greater challenge in front of us. Right, that's not too bad through there. Coming to this section again. Let's see if we can gain a bit more speed through there. Got a little bit wider again, but that wasn't too bad. We're getting a little bit better at that turn. A little bit more confident. Right, let's stay away from that board. No, don't hit the board. Whoa, that was close. That was a real close moment there, and we could have dropped quite a few places if we had smacked into that board again. Right, let's see if we can just catch up through here. We're definitely gaining on these 2 on certain sections, and then we make a mistake and then they get away again. Oh no! What the hell? Oh, seriously. See what I mean? With the weight transfer, if you get it wrong, you come off straight away. There is just no way in the world I'm going to be able to win races and get it right every time. It's going to be an absolute... Some of the circuits on this game are very, very tough with the jumps in that, so I'm going to have to try and master this. This is not going to be easy. Right, let's just see, be a little bit better. We want to bring it a little bit more onto the back wheel on some of these jumps, because I think I'm hitting... I'm coming down on the front wheel too hard, and that's what's causing me to come off. So we have to be a little bit better on the way we land. Right, let's just back off through here. We're coming towards the final lap, and we're sitting in 5th position. So that's not too bad if we can just finish in this position. see if we can just catch up with the bike in front. See if we can get past him. Ooh, got in the inside of him there, into 4th position. Can we hold on to 4th maybe? No, he's gone on the inside there. Oh damn, we just seem to be a little bit slow through that turn, but can I take the position back through this corner? Be careful, going side by side. Looks like we've got a real fight on here on this final lap, and we've taken him in the inside back into 4th position. Let's see if we can just hold it. Oh, we just clipped my back wheel there. Be careful, don't go too deep into that corner, and we have, but it's given us the inside for this next turn, so we've managed just to defend and hold him off. Oh, this is going to be an awesome finish here. If we can just hold on to 4th position, that would be fantastic. Right, let's just try and hold it and keep it nice and steady around that turn. Not too bad. And again, keep it nice and tight. And he's still there. We can't pull away from him. Right, just hold the inside line through here. Oh, he's got on the outside and he's overtaken me. Oh, you absolute bugger. Right, let's take him back in the inside. Going side by side and we're back into 4th. Oh, this is going to be a fight right to the last corner. Right, let's just try and hold it nice and tight around here and try and keep him off. Right, into the inside. Let's try and be good into that turn. Oh, just caught the corner a little bit. Oh, that throws out. Don't come off the circuit. And he's coming back up the inside here. Is he going to take the position? Just clip my back wheel. Oh, please don't lose the position here. Come to the final corner. Oh, no, he's taking me. Oh, finish line. Did I finish in 4th or did I finish in 5th? Oh, did he take me right at the end there? Oh, bloody 5th. Oh, he got me right at the end there. Oh, that is really, really frustrating. But 5th position still an improvement. But this game is seriously tough. Right, let's get into the results, guys. Here we go. Right, so it looks like you get some comments to respond to from your performance today. So it says, no victory for Gooner today. Well, at least he got the whole shot. Not easy on this track, which is true. Good race management is important and leads to victory like Jonas today. And it says, even if you didn't win today, at least you got the whole shot, Gooner. Nothing to laugh about. So they're all positive comments. So we're going to approve all of them, because you can either... you can respond to them in whatever way you want to respond to them. I think they're all positive comments. We're not always going to get positive comments, but I think 6th place from those 2 races and 29 points is not bad for my first race on this level. And we've got a lot of learning to do. It's a lot harder than previous games. We're going to have to improve the bike as well. But I'm going to leave you a replay of that last lap, guys, in a different camera view. Please enjoy it. Please give this a massive thumbs up. Let's get this career going, and hopefully it's really popular on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon.